Hello and welcome to David Parker TV. I'm David Parker, your host. We have breaking news. Joe Biden has pardoned his son, Hunter Biden, and Donald Trump is outraged. At the 11th hour, getting ready for a trip overseas, Joe Biden pardons his son, Hunter Biden, after saying that he would never do that. He had said that on a number of occasions, that he would not interfere with the justice process. Yet, he did. Getting ready to leave office, he pardoned his son. Now, a pardon gives a person forgiveness for any crimes committed. It gives him back his right to vote. It gives him back his right to run for office. So basically, it says he did nothing wrong. Now, he is being charged. He was found guilty on 9 charges of tax evasion. He's found guilty, 9 charges of tax evasion, and 3 charges related to a gun possession, where he did not tell the truth on an application for the gun, and he did not tell him that he was a drug addict, and which is a crime, and he have charges related to that. So let's talk about his charges first. He have 9 charges in all related to tax evasion, where he, with some companies that he was involved with, misused $1.5 million for his personal use to fuel his lavish lifestyle. And if you read his memoirs and his book, you would know what his lavish lifestyle was. It was fueled with drugs, hanging out, partying, getting in all kind of trouble that was covered up. That's what he was doing. Now, he's being charged with those counts of tax evasion. And that was the first one of the $1.5 million that he used for personal use. He also subverted money, payroll taxes, and a number of other things that's related to that. So those are very serious charges that he was found guilty of. And he was going to be sentenced December 15th, which is coming up. On the gun charges, he was found guilty. And on those charges, he was going to be sentenced on the 12th. And that was coming up. And he was facing 17 years in that case. And in the tax case, he was facing up to 25 years. So basically, he was facing a life sentence. So his father, the law and order president, who campaigned on that, who championed the 94 crime bill, which put a lot of black people in jail for drug offenses. And they were minor drug offenses. And he put people in jail for it. Now let's talk about a pardon for it before we just say, this is wrong. All presidents pardon people. Bill Clinton pardoned his half-brother, Roger Clinton, and he had drug charges. Donald Trump, in his first term, pardoned Jared Kushner's father. In these 2 cases, both of these people were doing time. And they got out on clemency, and he pardoned them. Now, in this case, Hunter Biden had not done 1 day in jail. He hasn't even been sentenced, and he's being pardoned. And you have people in an uproar behind that, especially because right now Donald Trump is still have charges pending. And will he be pardoned? Well, according to presidential pardon, you can't be pardoned for state crimes, which is a very touchy thing coming up with the Donald Trump thing, because now if Hunter Biden has been pardon, you can in good conscience expect anybody to put Donald Trump in jail or to not pardon him for these last charges that the state of New York has. So they just opened the door for that. Now, why did he pardon his son at the 11th hour? Well, that's easy, because his son had some charges involved with the Ukrainian company Burisma, where they said that it could have been some influence peddling going on. If you have to register with the government if you're doing business with a foreign company, and they saying that he did not register with the government and let them know what he was doing with that company, which is a serious charge, because the government want to know any foreign company that's doing business with the United States. So you have to let them know about this, and that paperwork is very important. Now, he didn't do that, and he's being charged with accepting a lot of money from them, and Donald Trump was gonna go after him on that, whether he got probation for these other charges or not, which was possible. But he knew Donald Trump was gonna go after him. So his father stepped in and pardoned him. And that is what got people upset, especially if we supposed to have transparency. If we are supposed to treat everybody and everybody have to follow the same laws, then why would you pardon a person before he was even sentenced? Justice did not even take his course, and you pardoned him. So everybody is mad about that. And now you're out of the country and not answering any questions. So do you think that's right? Do you think a person should get blanket immunity for everything he's done? And basically that's what happened. He has blanket immunity from 2014 to December 2024. And that covers his involvement with the Ukrainian company. It covers all of his tax charges. It covers his gun charges. So now Hunter Biden is a free man, and he can vote, and he can run for office. That is how the justice system works. Now, for other news, Puff Daddy is in trouble again. He have another charge. This charge stems from a woman being hung out of a balcony window. We have a woman suing now for $10 million, saying that she was in Cassie Ventura's apartment, which, if everybody don't know who that was the woman in the video that Puff Daddy is seen kicking and hitting. This woman is alleged as a friend and was in her apartment when Puff Daddy came over and started making advances toward her. And when she didn't reciprocate, he got angry and hit her and hung her out a balcony window. This was supposedly witnessed by Cassie Ventura. So she has a corroborating witness here, and she's suing for $10 million. They have already put the story out in the news, so everybody know what's going on. They, like we said before, they are trying Sean Combs in the newspaper, so everybody could form an opinion. So when it's time for him to go to trial, it'll be a slam dunk. We've heard it all before. So Puff Daddy, you the bad guy. And that's the way it's looked like it's lining up. And also, we have reports that Puff Daddy was denied bail because they had evidence of him using other people's cell phones in jail, threatening witnesses, having people scare witnesses, make them change stories, and he thinking he could get away with it by using someone else's cell phones when all calls are being recorded. Even if they burn the phones, if you're dealing in a federal case, they have ways of tracking that even if you think they don't. And that's what happened to him. And because of that, they said that he is not going by the rules even when he's incarcerated. So they turned his bail request down. They said he's going to have to stay in jail until trial. We have reports that a bodyguard close to Puff Daddy mysteriously died from the same things that his ex-wife died from, this mysterious pneumonia. This bodyguard is alleged a bodyguard close to Jay-Z and Beyonce. He was one of the bodyguards who was doing a lot of talking. He had inside information, and he has said a lot of it over the internet. But now he has mysteriously died. And the government knows about all of this too. So this could be some of the factors of why they did not allow him to have bail. They listened to one of his phone calls where he told his sons to get rid of pizza boxes. And a lot of times, pizza has a lot to do with, if you don't know the code for pizza, pizza has a lot to do with trafficking of children. If you have never heard of Pizzagate, look it up. You'll find out it has to do with children. So when you hear that word, it sets off alarm bells, because that's a word that law enforcement listen for. So he instructed his kid to get rid of all the pizza boxes and make sure you burn all the plastic. And we know this got to be code for something, because if you're in jail, why are you worrying about pizza boxes and plastic? I could care less how junky my house is. I'm worried about getting out of jail. So that was very important to him, and it was heard basically around the world. And who knows what that means, because again, you do not know what the government knows when they are putting their cases together. So we got to stay tuned to see what's going on there. It changes daily, and we're going to keep you updated on that. In other news, we have a sad story. A house fire broke out in the Lower Canyon area in the Hollywood Hills of California. The fire department was called to a raging fire, and neighbors tried to put out the fire before the fire department got there. And when the fire department got there and they finally put out the fire, and they went inside, they found the remains of an old man, and who was identified as Will Rothschild of the famous Rothschild banking family. He was burned alive, and firefighters, they said that this man lived like a hoarder, as rich as he was. And in this house, you have $1 million homes, and his was one of the least expensive, and it looked at run down, they said. And the neighbors described him as being eccentric, but he had properties all around the world. He had one of the most valuable car collections in the world. He even had a car that belonged to Michael Jordan. And they are still looking into the cause of the fire. But they saying a man of that stature lived like a hermit, and he was a hoarder. And he was a member of one of the richest families on earth. And he will surely be missed. And in a routine traffic stop in Illinois State Police off of Highway 80 in Henry County next to the Quad City, police stopped two people and confiscated 1,100 pounds of cocaine. Street value of $40 million. One of the biggest traffic stops in history. The two people that were detained, was arrested, was two people from Canada. And we don't know if this was a sting, but they said it was just a regular traffic stop. And in this, they found the biggest seizure in Illinois state history. So those state police was very happy about that. That's all we have for today. Thank you for joining me. Tune in again to another episode of David Parker TV Breaking News. Thank you.